they say. The ocean remembers everything, and buried deep within its memory, long before our maps were drawn and our stars were named, there was a city that shone brighter than gold, a city that rose from the heart of the sea like a dream carved from stone and light. That city was Atlantis. Picture it, a marvel of impossible towers, spiraling canals, and great crystal domes that captured the sun and splintered its light into 1,000 rainbows. It was a metropolis that seemed to breathe, a living monument to human genius. But Atlantis wasn't just a city. It was power itself. Its people were scholars, engineers, and philosophers, gifted with knowledge that was centuries, even millennia, ahead of its time. They didn't just understand the world around them, they shaped it to their will. How did they achieve such wonders? They drew power from glowing crystals, immense geological formations buried deep beneath the earth. These crystals pulsed with a strange, beautiful energy, and the Atlanteans learned to harness it. Their machines didn't roar and clank, they whispered. Their ships moved across the water without sails or oars, gliding on unseen currents of force. Their buildings were said to be semi-sentient, capable of healing cracks and weathering storms on their own. The Atlanteans believed they had not just tamed nature, but had become its master. But nature has a way of reminding us that it can never truly be mastered. It can only be respected. And as generations passed, the wisdom of the early Atlanteans slowly curdled into arrogance. The pursuit of knowledge became a quest for dominance. The rulers no longer sought balance with the world. They sought to control it completely. Their experiments grew more and more reckless, pushing the great crystals far beyond their limits. They were playing with forces they didn't fully comprehend, and deep below, the earth began to stir. The ocean, which had cradled their city for centuries, began to watch with a gathering storm in its heart. The end came suddenly. On the final night of Atlantis, the sky burned a violent, unnatural red. The very ground groaned beneath the city, a deep, resonant warning that was ignored until it was too late. Then came the quake, not a tremor, but a relentless, world-breaking convulsion. The carefully engineered canals overflowed, turning boulevards into raging rivers. The impossibly tall towers, which had stood for ages, began to crack and sway. The great central crystal, the very heart of their civilization, overloaded. It shattered, releasing a wave of raw, untamed energy that no human was ever meant to witness, let alone control. And then, the ocean rose. It wasn't a tide, it was an executioner! Waves taller than mountains, darker than night, crashed down upon the city. The beautiful streets, where philosophers once walked, vanished in an instant. The grand temples and libraries fell, their knowledge lost to the churning chaos. The screams of 1,000,000 people were silenced by the roar of the sea. In a matter of hours, the greatest civilization the world had ever known was swallowed whole, dragged down into the dark, crushing silence of the abyss. By morning, there was nothing. The sun rose on an empty sea. No city, no survivors, only water, stretching to the horizon, as if Atlantis had never been there at all. Centuries turned into millennia. The story of Atlantis faded from history into myth. It became a bedtime story for children, a philosophical allegory for scholars, a wild fantasy for dreamers. Most of the world dismissed it as a legend, a metaphor for the fall of any great power. And yet, the whispers never truly went away. Even today, seasoned sailors report strange, inexplicable lights glowing in the deep ocean, in places where no submarine or natural phenomenon should be. Modern sonar scans, probing the darkest corners of the ocean floor, sometimes reveal impossible geometric shapes, structures that look unnervingly artificial, buried under layers of silt. And then there are the ancient texts. It wasn't just one story. The account from the Greek philosopher Plato is the most famous, detailing a mighty island nation that fell in a single day and night of misfortune. But similar stories appear in scattered manuscripts and oral traditions across the globe. From Egypt to the Americas tales of a magnificent motherland, a lost paradise drowned by a great flood. Are these all just echoes of the same campfire story? Or are they fragmented memories of a real, historical event? This brings us to the question that has haunted explorers, historians, and dreamers for 2,000 years. Was Atlantis just a legend? A morality tale invented to warn us about the dangers of pride? Or is it still down there, hiding in the crushing darkness of the abyss? A ghost city perfectly preserved by the cold and the deep. Its towers silent, its streets empty, watching us as we build our own towers, harness our own incredible powers, and perhaps repeat the very same mistakes. Because if Atlantis truly existed, its story isn't just about a lost city of gold and crystal. Its greatest warning was never about its spectacular fall. It was about asterisk. Why asterisk? It fell. It's a story about the line between ambition and arrogance, between progress and destruction. A warning that our greatest strengths can become our most fatal flaws. And the one witness to it all, the one that holds the truth in its silent depths, is the ocean. And the ocean never forget. Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by the mysteries hidden in our past, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more journeys into the unknown. What do you think? Was Atlantis real? Let me know in the comments below.